Most people treat constructors like a formality, something that just set things up. But at runtime, a constructor is real execution. The CPU jumps into it. Instructions run. Memory mutates. And when the constructor finishes, that execution is over forever. There's no retry, no rollback. Whatever state exists at the end of construction becomes the starting reality for every method call that follows. A constructor doesn't just create an object. It defines the range of possible states that object can ever have. If the constructor allows null, zero, or inconsistent values, then every method must now defend against them. That's not a style choice. That's a consequence. Once construction finishes, the system is committed to whatever state you allow it to exist. Constraints added later are already too late. The object has escaped into the system. Comments don't participate in execution. The CPU never reads them. It only reads values. If an object can exist in an invalid state, execution will eventually reach it. Not because someone was careless, but because time passes, code evolves, and paths multiply. A valid state is not something you explain. It's something you enforce before the object is ever used. Once an object is constructed, it can be passed around, stored, cached, shared. At that point, every method assumes the object is already valid. If you rely on later checks to fix state, you've already lost. Construction is the only moment when you can guarantee exclusivity, when no other code can observe the object. That makes it the safest place to enforce invariance and reject bad states entirely. Calling methods from constructors feels harmless, but methods assume the object is complete. During construction, that assumption is false. Fields may not be initialized yet. Subclass state may not exist yet. And the method you call may rely on invariants that are only supposed to hold after construction finishes. This creates bugs that don't fail immediately. They fail later, under different execution paths, far from the cause. Initialization has order, whether you acknowledge it or not. Fields are set in sequence. Default apply before assignments. Constructors run after some value exists. Not all. If one value depends on another that isn't ready yet, the result is locked in permanently. The CPU does not infer intent. It executes instructions in order. Initialization order is control flow, without if statements or loops to make it obvious. When an object escapes during construction, other code can observe it before it's valid. That might be through a registry, a callback, or storing this somewhere global. The bug doesn't happen here. It happens later, when another execution path touches the object and assumes it's ready. These bugs are hard to trace because the failure is separated from the cause by time and control flow. Construction is not about convenience. It's about responsibility. If an object exists, every method will trust it. That trust must be earned at construction time. Don't defer correctness. Don't rely on comments. Don't assume order works out. Treat construction as irreversible execution that defines the rest of the program's behavior. If you get this right, bugs disappear. Not because you test harder, but because invalid state never exists.